For preparing liquid ethane, we need a source of ethane gas. Most labs you will have an ethane bottle. In this case, it's a very large ethane bottle. They can go as low as about 5 liters up to these very large ones. Make sure that these bottles are well secured and well protected. So check with your safety officer if it's safely connected in your lab. Also make sure there's enough ventilation in your lab. As we have seen in the video where we set fire to the amount of liquid ethane that we normally use to freeze the sample, it's a flame of about 10 centimeters or so high. However, the real hazard is in these bottles. If there is a leak in these bottles and there is not enough air circulation and refreshment in the room, then the ethane concentration can build up to a point where you can have an explosive mixture, which is about 3% of ethane in the room, from which point you have an explosive hazard. Now the way that you will connect these bottles is there always should be a reduction valve on the bottle and a flow regulator. So to open this bottle, you start with the main valve, which is at the top and which opens counterclockwise. Always open the main valve completely, which will then give you the exit pressure of the valve on the reduction valve. Then this exit pressure is much too high to start preparing the ethane, which comes out of this nozzle. If we would use the exit pressure, we would blow the ethane out way too fast. So we need to reduce the exit pressure of the bottle into something that we can work with, which is done with a reduction valve. And normally you have to turn it clockwise, so it's a membrane that you push in to open it. And then you can see when I change this here, you can see the gauge changing on the reduction valve. Normally we use an exit pressure of around, in this case in American terms, 10 psi, or in European terms about 3 bars or so. Next is the flow regulator. So we do not regulate the flow with the reduction valve. The reduction valve is only used for bringing the high exit pressure to a workable pressure. So once you set a workable exit pressure, you do not touch this valve. To regulate the flow that comes out of your tip, you need another valve, which is this, and that's the flow regulator. Then at the end of the hose, we normally put a standard pipette tip. Make sure this is not a glass tip. This can be dangerous if the edge would shoot off, because you come in here with ethane, pressurized ethane. So if there would be pieces of glass shooting off, that would be potentially harmful. So the safest solution is to just take a standard plastic pipette tip and attach that to this hose coming out of the bottle. And this is then what we use to fill the ethane.